Oh, it's adorable. Again, chibi devs never miss. Let's see, the cape's covered with the casket, but that face, oh my god. March? Yeah. Woo! Yo, what's up boys? We are back with another NIKKE video. It's the second part anniversary. This time we have Grave. Let's take a look at the animation one time. Ooh, shh, okay, be quiet, I'm quiet. And then the little power up, okay, little aura. One more time. I see they're teasing me with the V-thong yet again. When y'all gonna stop teasing me and just let her show it? Just take the pants off and show the V-thong. But, you know, whatever. Cut off shorts. Will not be pulling for her because she's not really showing what I need to see like Cinderella was, but it's a vibe, I guess. Kind of gives me a little gun grave aesthetic, but I'm not really sure if that's what they were going for. Probably just because she's carrying the big old casket like Grave did in the gun grave, but you know, maybe not. Broken mask, got the blue eyes, still a vibe. Hood, battle damage, she got hands, she throws down. I don't know if she was like soloing stuff like Cinderella was, but maybe they'll say that in her backstory. Company, Pilgrim, Squad, Old Tail. She is a assault rifle supporter and a 2. An unknown NIKKE who wanders the surface with a huge coffin on her back. Low-key, what's in the coffin? Is it the weapon? I don't know. Could be the weapon because she didn't have it in her hands right now. In pursuit of her hidden objectives, her stealth and evasion skills are unmatched by ordinary individuals. So she kind of like, because D carries a body bag, is she just kind of like the upgraded version of D, her original one, not wife D, but the original D? That would be kind of interesting. I don't think they have any correlation, but they look similar in certain ways and aspects. Read all that. Let me see this really quick. I don't think there's anything different, but let's see. Ammo capacity 60, reload time 2 seconds, control mode normal. Affects targets, deals 17.91% of attack as damage, and then deals 200% damage when attacking the core. Seems pretty par for the course. Not really blowing my socks off like when we read the description for Cinderella. Okay, at first glance, this is by far the most convoluted skill kit we've ever gotten since the game's launch. But after watching her cook in the shooting range, her kit makes perfect sense to me now. Basically, the more she shoots, the hotter she gets, the more damage she does, with some nice little buffs baked in. It'll all make sense when we go through the skills. Skill 1, skill 2, both passive. I'm sitting here mad they made me put my NIKKE scholar hat on, because y'all know me, I'm literally here for the booty and the booba. Whether the NIKKE is good or not doesn't really matter to me if she jiggles, but when looking at this, I had to make sense of it, so we're here. Burst skill, 20 seconds. Would have loved if Cinderella got the 20 seconds, but alas, she got the 40. If Cinderella got the 20, she'd be even more busted, but for Grave, the 20 makes sense. Basically, Grave is never not in burst mode. Like, she's always bursting for the most part. Skill 1, heat emission. Activates when prediction status ends. Prediction is literally her burst skill. So we'll get to that. It's just weird and jarring how they start off saying that when they don't really tell you what that is. And the first part is she removes 100% of her bullets. So it seems like off rip she's not shooting, but this is after her burst skill that she's not shooting. This is technically her reload. She, like I said, she gets so hot. Well, the more she shoots, the hotter she gets, the more she does damage. But also the hotter she gets, she needs to cool off. So this is that cool off period. So if she can't shoot during this cool off period, heat emission reload ratio down by 50%. All that means is it takes her longer to reload, right? You know how with regular NIKKEs, when they need to reload, that white bar pops up and then it fills up. Once it's full, they're ready to go, they can shoot again. With her, it takes 3 bars. So that's what I'm assuming this reload ratio down by 50% is. It just takes her longer to quote unquote reload or heat emit here, right? I guess we can read this removes heat emission, although I just kind of told you what it was. Heat emission is removed after launching a normal attack during reloading. The during kind of weird, I get it, but I don't know how you shoot a normal attack during a reload. Reloading to maximum ammo capacity, so just reloading removes heat emission, but again, it takes her longer to do that. So they're basically saying once heat emission's over, it's over, because that's when she's technically reloaded, right? Using burst skill removes heat emission. That's the big one, because you'll see in this skill she buffs burst gauge fill speed. So once bursting comes, she's never not bursting basically, so that gets rid of heat emission. Activates only when in heat emission status affects self. Recovers 2% of final max HP every 1 second continuously. That makes sense because in her burst skill she does yeet herself for 10% of her HP, so that's nice that she gets it back here. That's one of the reasons, like, it is nice just to have a heal, but she's healing for a reason. Second part, or I don't know what part this is, but the next part, activates only when in heat emission status. So you only get this when she's in this status. She cannot shoot in this status because, again, I'm gonna be saying again a lot, the first part removed her bullets, 100% of bullets. She cannot shoot, but you get these buffs while she can't shoot to, for me, it looks like make up for her not being able to shoot. Like with this first one, burst gauge fill speed or filling speed goes up by 38.96% continuously. Why is that important? Normally your burst gauge, I think when your burst gauge is filling, it goes up faster when everybody's shooting. With her being down and not shooting, or whenever you have a NIKKE A down that's not shooting, whether they're dead or not shooting, it fills up slower. So basically what this is doing is, for the elongated time that she's not shooting, you still fill up faster. I don't know if it's faster than just if she was still shooting, but it's almost like she's still there. So it fills up fast, and I can say from the shooting range, it's ready to go once she's back. She literally is never not bursting, because once she's back, the burst skill's already going off, which is why she has a 20-second burst, because with this buff it fills up, I don't want to say so fast, but it fills up fast enough that once she's done emitting heat, the burst is already done, or the burst skill's already back, and she's going. Like, she's in there, she's locked in, everybody's bursting, which was nice. It kind of threw me off when I saw it, which I'm going to be showing gameplay over this, but you'll see it's like she's down, but the gauge is still filling up, and once she's back, it's burst time again. So she's like, never not burst. It's like, it's not that bad. And while she's down, you get the pierce damage up by 48.4% continuously. Again, this affects all allies, so these are nice buffs. Even though she's down, it's kind of to rectify the fact that she's down. Basically, they're trying to make it like she's still there, and she technically is still there even though she's not shooting, right? Skill 2, this is where the shooty shoot comes in. This is also passive. Overheat activates after landing 15 normal attacks, which she's an assault rifle, so she'll get that off real quick. Affects self. Overheat 1 status. Attack goes up by 15.48%. Removed upon reloading ammunition. So all you need to know is hit the 15, you'll get this almost 16% attack buff, right? Second part, activates when normal attacks hit after prediction status takes effect. So prediction status is her burst. You get the first part of the skill, the 15% attack buff by shooting 15 times, and you get into burst, and the second part takes effect. And it says changes according to the number of hits. Previous effects trigger repeatedly. Once she hits 30 times, when in prediction and overheat 1 status, overheat 2 takes effect, which is attack up by 20.66% continuously. 60 times when in prediction overheat 2 status, overheat 3 takes effect, which attack damage goes up by 30.8% continuously. These all the previous effects trigger repeatedly. So again, these are good buffs, good attack. I will say, when in shooting range, she did like 44 mil. She didn't necessarily do a lot of damage, but I did have my Cinderella in there as well, and while she was in there, my Cinderella did out damage my Scarlet. Now I can't say, I don't know I don't know if that's her. I'm attributing it to her being on the team, but my Cinderella just might out damage my Scarlet. Now it just, with or without her, she might do it, but I've never seen my Scarlet, I've never seen my Cinderella hit for that much, right? So I think it's because of her. I'm not really sure, but again, this is all for her though. So this is just, she's doing damage. The hotter she gets, the more she shoots, the hotter she gets, the more damage she does, right? Okay, burst skill, plot spoiler, affects self, prediction. This is where all that prediction status comes in. It's her burst skill. Current HP goes down by 1% every 1 second, lasts for 10 seconds. So basically, she's eating herself for 10%. So her HP is going down by 10% every time she's doing this burst skill. Granted, she heals herself back up when she's in heat emission, so it balances itself out kind of. Grants unlimited ammunition for 10 seconds. We love to see it. And then gains pierce for 10 seconds. We also love to see it. Pierce damage goes up by 52.8% for 10 seconds, and critical rate goes up by 85.19% for 10 seconds. And then for the party, attack damage goes up by 48.2% for 10 seconds, and pierce damage goes up by 39.98% for 10 seconds. And then max ammunition capacity goes up by 3 rounds for 10 seconds. Now, does 3 rounds help? Technically it does. It's 3 rounds more than what we normally get, but it's very minuscule, but however minuscule it is, technically helps. Okay, so like I said, the more she shoots, hotter she gets, the more damage she does. Yeah, but I not explain it anymore. Like it's weird, but also it's just the normal NIKKE rotation. She's got to reload after a certain amount of time. It's just with her, it takes a little longer because she overheated whatever. But while she's in her heat emission status, you get a bunch of, not a bunch, but a burst gauge filling speed and a pierce damage to help fill that burst gauge back up. So by the time that she's back, she's bursting and you're getting the buffs that she gives in her burst. So all that attack damage, pierce damage, max ammunition, pierce damage, critical rate, all that stuff. So, you know, constantly in burst for the most part, at least in shooting range. Normally, if you're overpowered or you're doing like a normal story stage or something, you're probably not you're gonna kill things too fast. But if you're in an elongated battle, like I guess a raid or something, you're never not bursting with her. So yeah, let's see the shooty shoot, because we already seen that. Love that gun. Yo, she do this kind of, that gun looks like Graves' gun, even though Graves didn't necessarily have an assault rifle. He had the 2 pistols and he used the freaking the casket on his back. But that cross in the middle goes crazy. I'm liking the stance. What we got? Yeah, she kind of got a jiggle, but she not going enough as an assault rifle for me. And they gave her the granny panties while they're teasing with the V-thong. Just give me the V-thong, man. Speaking of granny panties, we didn't go, ooh, that reload might have something to do with the heat thing. I don't know. I like that reload. She's literally in heat, which is why she should be in the V-thong. Look at that. She's in heat. I see what they're doing there. And she's kind of breathing heavy too, probably hyperventilating. Freak, what was I gonna say? I literally lost what I was gonna say. But they're teasing me with the V-thong and thing, all that. She's just not showing enough for me. That, you know, is what it is there. Need more jiggle. She's gonna be an assault rifle, all that stuff. At least the cape isn't covering. That's one thing. We were talking about Isabella. Glad I remembered. They finally gave Isabella like the right panties, but they put her in like a wedding dress, so it's still kind of covered. So they, oh, it's adorable. Again, chibi devs never miss. Let's see, the cape's covered with the casket, but that face, oh my god. March, yeah. Woo! She gets a pass. She gets a pass. I understand. Chibi devs did their thing, but Isabella finally got the panty she deserves, but they covered. So again, Isabella's still not free. Free Isabella. We'll look at that in a second. The battle, yeah, par for the course. Reload. And oh, I was gonna say par for the course, but the steam, very nice, very nice. Yeah, if you roll for the stats, not the stats, the buffs and everything she gives look crazy. Again, I feel like she's an attacker, not a supporter. The same with Cinderella. Let's see where this Isabella thing is. Do I have Isabella on this account? I do. Crazy. Did not know that. But yeah, we'll see this. Click that. Oh, didn't know you looked up at me like that, girl. Lick them fingers. My beautiful bride Isabella. She looked good, but then yeah, pretty much they gave her Summer Rosanna's panties, which is cool. This is what she should have been like from the jump, but they covered it with the wedding dress. So again, she is not freed. And just so we can compare it really quick, granny panties. It should show more cheek, although that, I'm not gonna say that's not bad. They no, show more cheeks, because literally with the wedding dress like we just saw, literally the panties we want, you just covered it with a wedding dress. So maybe one day she'll get a bikini or something, and then we'll eat from there. I'll cop the skin then, but until then, no skin for I was gonna say Rosanna, for Isabella. Kind of sad, but she does look nice. I like the animation and all that. But that's gonna be it as far as the anniversary goes. What do we get next? Not sure, but I will be there. Until then, peace.